and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, you got a piece of railroad track. What I'm wanting to do is, I've had this for quite some time, and I've been wanting to make an anvil out of it, and I've seen lots of pictures of anvils and stuff that people's made out of these, and people say that they're not tempered or anything yet, like an anvil would be. What we're going to try to do today, and I'm going to say try, so what I want to do is, I want to come in here like 3 inches to center, and I want to come in here with a hole saw and cut this. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people say, you are out of your damn mind. But anyway, that'll give it the nice shape this way, and then I can make the needle point here, and I'll have an overhang here. Then after I get that done, I can come on the other side and with a 5-inch hole saw and cut this out and give it a nice contour on the other side. Make it look really nice. I see people do it with grinders and what have you, but I think if I can get it with a hole saw, and that would give me the nice shape and everything, a nice straight cut. Now it's going to take a specialized drill, which is that right there. It's a mag drill, which the width of the mag is not going to be enough to hold it there, so I'm going to have to use a clamp. With all hole saws, you want to go drill this first, then put your saw on. Because if you're going and you break through with a hole saw, it's going to grab, and 90% of the time, if you're using a excuse me, using a hand drill or something like that, it's just going to spin your ass around. Excuse my French. So this is a specialized drill, and I know that, and not everybody has one. I tell everybody I'm broke and I don't have much money to play with, which I don't. I spend it all on tools. So this is a specialized thing you might could rent if you want to do it, and with all stuff that you do in the shop. Safety first. Safety glasses. With using hole saws, don't wear gloves. They can grab you. This thing has a huge amount of power. So that's what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to come back here 3 inches, because on my, if I do cut a 5-inch to cut the periphery, which it will, and I think if I can get it done, it'll look really nice. It'll have nice straight cut contours front and back. I'm going to need to come 3 inches back from this. Now this thing's going to center itself once you put it in there, because of the bevels on both sides. It's going to kind of, that's like 3 1/8, and you got like 3 1/8 to the edge of this, so it's going to self-center. Is it going to be on here strong enough and magnet-wise to hold? Probably not. That's the reason I got this, because I can put the clamp right there. So I need to come 3 inches right here on this right here. So now I'll have a nice contour here and a nice contour here. I'm not looking to do no heavy blacksmithing or anything like that. I would like a little anvil, you know, to beat some stuff out if I need to. I'd like a nice needle point on it, so I'm going to cut all this back. But right now we're going to see if we can't get these contours cut. And that way, if this will be right here and this will be like right here, it'll be a nice, and cut this back to a nice point, and you'll have an overhang here and everything, and then this, and then the holes here, and I'll make a nice 4x4 little stand for it. And if I have to beat something out, you know, or work some metal, this will be fine. I don't do blacksmithing. I'm not a blacksmith. So you're looking at like 1.5 inches, actually 1 5/8 inches, back to right here, and then 1 5/8 inches, back to right here. So this is going to be cut like this, and I think that'll be a quite nice look. And then this will be cut back this way and this way if this works. So, but like I said, if it doesn't work, you're going to see it anyhow. Right or wrong or indifferent. So let's get to it. Lesson in boring deep holes with hole saws. Is keep them as cool as possible and not getting your blower in there. Like I said, keep them as cool as possible, because once you're going down in deep, then these teeth get, and they're still sharp, they get full of metal. You have to get them out, blow them out. Compressed air is a wonderful thing. But hey, we got it. All right. God damn, that's a chunk of metal, huh? Wow. All right. Damn. That's what I'm talking about. But that's a nice, pretty radius right there. I can be able to cut that and everything. That looks nice, and it's cut straight through. Took a little effort. Took a specialized tool. Point right off the bat. That's not nothing anybody's gonna have. That is like not of this earth in the garage. So that right there, boys and girls, that's a nice cut. I don't care what anybody says. I can cut this one right back to there, cut this one, and I'm good. But what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to radius this right in the center there, make it look really nice, really stylish looking. So I got chips everywhere. I'm gonna get that in my butt in the whole 9 yards. But, all right, guys, we got this one set up. We already got a pierce hole through there. We did good on this one. The main thing is, whenever you're drilling deep holes in metal with a hole saw, you have to clear the chips out, because once they get down there and they get full, they stop cutting, they heat up. So you have to back them out, back them out. So maybe on the side here, it might clear the chips a little better. I'm using this, which I caught that on it, and I'm sure y'all can see it. But I use this to cool everything down. I don't have compressed air. I don't have a compressor. Like I said, I'm on a budget here, and I have some specialized tools, and I really, at work, I use all my tools are air tools. Here, I don't have a compressor, so I've got to use electricity. So that's no big deal. So let's see how we do here. All we have to do is get this one more hole in. And even if we don't get it all the way through with the hole saw, if we can get the periphery cut where I can follow the lines, you know, with the grinder or what have you, but it did cut a really nice hole. So if we can get it done, that'll be cool. You gotta watch out for stuff. That stuff right there is sharp, sharp, sharp. So if we can get this done, this hole done, that'll be cool. And I want to cut the outside edge of this with the 5-inch. Now, let's say it doesn't cut all the way through. I'll still have a good design to go by on the grinder or whatever, or the portaband. And like I said, the portaband is what I'll be cutting my nice point here and shaping it with a grinder. So let's see how we do here. It's still really sharp. I mean, it'll cut wood and stuff like that, but it's lost its outside cutting edge, and that's where we're meeting the problem that we're meeting right now. Still very sharp. It'll grip your finger really good, and it'll still cut wood, but this little trooper here has went through this, and it's probably went through over half of this. And we are going to press on to see if it can handle all of it, which I don't think it will though. But drilling deep holes in steel is tough for these things. They're designed pretty much for thin steel, wood, stuff like that. They're not designed for boring in deep holes like this. It's just, it would be really nice if it would. That'd give me a nice shape. But that right there, I can follow with a grinder or a portaband, and I can grind that out, and I'll have that shape. And I'll be able to cut this needle back, nice needle shape right here and back there. Like I said, I'm not looking for a big heavy anvil. I'm just looking for something that I can use. You know, if I need to beat something round or something like that, this is going to give me a lot of different shapes and angles to do. This is pretty warm, warmer than what I thought it would be. It's warmer than the other one because it's basically heating up. But that's a little trooper right there. Went through one of them. Now, I never even thought it would do that. Now, that's a lot of thick steel right there. When you get down here, that's 3/4, 5/8, and then 3/4 up there. So that's a lot of heavy steel. So, and it's good steel too, by the way. So I'll be able to cut this off, and this one here I'll be able to, if it doesn't go all the way through, I'll be able to follow that contour that's got right there really easily with a grinder and clean it up. I would love to see it go through. I really would. That would be cool. So y'all figure whatever you got sticking out right there, all I had was a point, so it went that far. It's in there a good bit. So it was a little trooper, and it was used before I did this hole. So we're going to give it a shot, see what it does. I'll let it cool down a little bit. This is still warm, but that really doesn't mean anything. If it gets up to, you know, a certain temperature and what have you, whenever you see sparks like it went through in the other one, that's pretty much, it's shearing the metal off at such a temperature up to around 1800 to 2000 degrees. So, or even, you know, like 1100, between there, somewhere around there. So, you know, it was hot when it was brought through there and this thing got put through the heat. But this is like, you know, these things are expensive, but they're not crazy expensive. This is crazy expensive. So, you know, and whether you got a drill press or anything that would do this, you know, I don't know. But this is like the perfect thing for this, and we're gonna press on. That's it, boys and girls. It is not going to do it, no matter how hard we try, no matter how much pressure you put on it. And trust me, this thing puts a huge amount of pressure on it. We're close, but we're no donut. Ugh. But I'm curious to know how close we are. So, not close enough. We're close, not close enough. But y'all can see what I'm trying to do here. And I'll get that with a grinder and a portaband, it's no big deal. But I'm gonna have this swoop up right here in this point, cut this, and that's gonna look really nice. So this is the first one on this video here. Yeah, it was just very fine powder, and that means it's not cutting very good at all. So, anyway, we tried. We got one. And that's a big old hunk of damn metal right there, buddy. We just couldn't get the other one. But the portaband is going to cut right here. It's going to cut right here. Hit it with a hammer. It's going to come right out of there. So that's good enough. So this is going to be cut right here. This is going to be cut right here. We're going to have a nice back over here. We're going to have a nice point. We're going to cut down with this portaband. It's going to go this way and this way. So that's the first video on this one. And this is not going to be a one video thing right here. This thing is taking some time. But I knew it would, though. But it's going to look good when we're done, I believe. So, and like I said, I want the point to come to right here. I want a nice needle point right here. So that's good steel. So anyway, thank you, boys and girls. Please hit like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Hit that bell over there if you want to be alerted to every one of my videos. I appreciate it very much. Like I said, it's just me. I'm not on Patreons or nothing like that. It's just Kevin out here. And I love doing this. And I really do. And that's the reason I do it. I don't do it for money or anything like that. I do it because I like doing it. And that's pretty much it, guys. And I built my pretty much dream shop, how you figure, or how you would figure. And it took a long, hard road to do it. And I pretty much did it for all of us. Not just me, but for everybody, because every time I do a project, I hope somebody gets something out of it. I really do. So, all right, guys, y'all have a good night.